Hello YouTube, Cast for Ovivo here on behalf of the TCGS, and we're here this week with another Shaddoll mirror match, unfortunately. This is the final match between myself and Tomaz Allen. We both made it to the finals again. Okay, I'm sorry it was a repeat from the previous week, well, from the first week actually. However, both of our decks have changed quite a bit since then, both trying out different builds. And also I decide which of the top 4 or final games to do each week by dice roll. So sometimes you are going to see very similar matches, sometimes you're going to see things you've seen before. However, it gives a good idea of the meta, I do believe, in that point. I am here alone this week again. However, that's why I was kind of waiting until Thursday, because ban list, obviously. And for those of you who don't know, the new ban list is out, and it is quite interesting. So I'm going to use certain points during the duel where nothing much is happening to discuss about that ban list. And I want you guys to put in the comments section below and comment on the Facebook page as well. Just get a discussion started about the ban list, and we'll get some ideas flowing. At the moment, Tom has opened up with a set card and 2 back row. I opened up with a Foolish Burial, sending Lizard into the Dragon, I believe it was. No, it was Lizard into Falcon. And setting 3, I pass turn. Tomaz flips his Lizard in order to destroy my monster, which is actually kind of annoying, because the face-down Shaddoll monster will only get its sent to the graveyard effect and not the better flip effect.
Thank you.
And he hits the Falcon. I let it go through, because the Falcon will bring itself back. Upon him trying to attack the Falcon and remove it from the field permanently, I respond with an artifact morale attack from the Sanctum to send his Lizard. Now, because he's already used the flip effect of Lizard, he's not going to be destroying anything, which is a plus for me. Just currently sorting out life points here. Even though life points haven't changed, I haven't actually written them out for the match. Tomaz leaves it there and passes it over to me. And I believe, yeah, I do draw into another Artifact Sanctum at this point, replacing the one I just used. I decide to attack with the morale attack before I make any other plays, for want of not overextending. Set the 2 card, set the Sanctum anyway, and then my turn. Now, I'm sitting in quite a good position at this point. At least I feel I am, because I've got a lot more field presence than Tomaz. He has got more hand than me, but I know I'm sitting on a BLS, a morale attack, and a couple other nice little things as well. So I don't really have much to complain about. Also, for those of you wondering why I didn't flip summon the Falcon or activate a Shadow Games, why I didn't do either of those plays, because I'm pretty sure I opened Sinister Shadow Games as well. It was simply because I did not want to run into Super Polymerization. I know just how deadly that card can be from how much I've used it over the times. At this point, I do decide to use the Shadow Games because he was about to destroy it. So I kind of didn't want it going to waste. And I do flip the Falcon up to get the Falcon Beast play. Again, it does open me up to that Super Poly play that I just mentioned. However, at the same time, it sets me up quite nicely with the Beast. Other than that, I didn't really have much to go on. I did have access to BLS and that, but BLS is a card that can be stopped too easily. Which is why the reason why it's back in the game is, oh, it can do all this, but it's weak to everything. It cannot protect itself in any way. So I just didn't want to risk anything. I wanted to save it for that last turn push when I can just drop it and go for game. So he does get rid of my Falcon and my Morale Attack to go into the Construct. Now, problem is, because I've already used Beast's effect this turn, the attack into Beast will nullify it. So I've got to do something quick, and I respond with my own Super Polymerization, removing his Construct and my Morale Attack to summon my own Construct. From that, I decide to send a Dragon straight away to get rid of his remaining back row, which was a second Super Poly. So I'm very, very glad to see that go, because to my knowledge, Tomaz only has 2 of them in his deck. Well, in this build anyway. He may have had 3, I can't remember quite exactly, but either way. Speaking about Super Poly, it's gone down to 1 on the ban list in case you haven't seen. So, yeah, I wasn't too happy about that. On the other hand, I can completely see why. It was a big card, it did need to go. And it was a good way for Konami to hit Shaddolls, because it was a good way to hit Shaddolls without stopping their inflow of money at all, because they didn't hit any of the Shaddoll cards specifically. And by hitting Super Poly, it takes away a lot of their answers to a lot of the different decks out there. So I feel it was a good hit. It was a needed hit, but because I love the card so much, I wasn't personally too happy with the hit. So, as a player, I've just got to live with it. At this point, I do decide to drop the BLS and go for game, as I described earlier, and take game 1 with quite ease. But the